Oh yeah, I have been waiting for this. The grand finale has arrived. Well, at least that's what I'm going by, considering this has the last battle vibe written all over it. Not necessarily the final one, since we got other pieces left to cover, but considering how this is the end of Red, it only leaves a new part to explore. With that said, since the very beginning, it all comes down to this fateful moment. If this is indeed the finale, it's no wonder Ishida is going all out in an incredible fashion. This chapter is mostly action-packed, though not without a few insights on the characters. Furuta's past is shown briefly, but it holds a lot of weights. It's good to see Arimon again, albeit in a flashback, but there is a sign that the backstory behind Washu and the Sunlit Garden could be explored deeper in the future, with V and Washu's reveal slowly coming out of the dark and a theory for the next part to be largely about them is chance increases. The flashback helps to prepare the prowess of Furuta in terms of combat skills. While it's not a secret that he's really strong, Anima's praise is a good insert to increase the expectation. One of the most interesting part is how Furuta was seen at the early day. According to Anima, he takes it after his mother, loved by others. Ironic considering how much he has fallen into the abyss of insanity. Tsuneyoshi actually adored him, which is odd because didn't Furuta interpret it that he didn't care for him? Was Furuta lying, or as time passed, it became true by the end? Perhaps a flashback to that moment of Furuta and others killing him will shed a light. What's also interesting is how the metaphor line holds a significant value that practically reveal Furuta's agenda, not as a whole, but part of the motivation that drove him to this path. It reads that despite Furuta's promises, his ceiling is set as in Destination N because he's part of Washu. Half human are destined to die young, so it's no wonder Furuta fits perfect with V since they got the cure they wanted from Dragon. More importantly, Furuta most likely went out of his way to show that his limit is like many. The sky is intriguing single page that had me compelled and interested. Once that is taken care of, the rest is action-packed brawl. And oh man, it's as intense as I was hoping for. It's hard to cover the battle without resorting to a play-by-play commentary. Of course, this is a review of a series chapter that fans would have read already, so you can see it for yourself. I can pinpoint on why it has been fantastic so far, possibly the best fight of the series to date. One of the strong elements is how it reminisces to the old days of combat in which captures the emotions and thrills of two men going all in for the win. For example, when Furuta aimed for the neck to decapitate, Kaneki reacted with deep pain, clenching to embrace it. I always adore how the series captures the realistic expressions, describing how painful they're in. Not only that, but they also express their character very closely. Furuta portrays like a serial killer or the Joker, as Kaneki portrays like the White Knight. I like to think they are similar, yet different on their path when you consider the first page that elevates the thought of their similarities. This is the first time you see Furuta more than just a goofy guy. He is hell-bent to kill him. Kaneki expresses more of a combination of everything he is, especially that scene, which we'll get to that. Another strong element is the panel work. Each moment grabs your attention of their movement and slowly succumb to fear for what could happen next. The way how the last panel leading to the next page left me tense, expecting the worst outcome, whether Kaneki takes the stab to the face or dodges the fatal blow. It goes back to how expressive they are, so the pain is believable, discarding the thought of Tyrant taking anything without reaction. Lastly, many of his panel has strong impacted feel to them, which also credited the artwork. When Kaneki takes out a sword from his Kagane, I'm marked out like a complete fanboy. It reminds me of the old days with Sasaki, so seeing this was a crowd pleaser. The mouth grabbing the sword was an awesome moment. The look of his face shows the psychotic side of him. which reinforces the idea of his being to be the embodiment of all himself. Now he has joined a badass group with Guts, Saitama, and Gintoki. How awesome is that? The strikes, the twists and turns, and the delivery are greatly impactful. The choreograph is one of the best of the series so far, especially how those two is all about giving everything they got. No more holding back or joking around. It all comes down to their skills, with no luck or power-up. All bets are off. I love the fact they mixed their combat of human and ghoul style, which brought the best of two worlds vibe. It's also easy to follow, at least to me it was, so I can grasp the intensity at its finest. It has a video game epic boss battle vibe to it. Furuta started off with his sword only. Once he gets hurt, he steps into the next phase, sword and Kagane. His Kagane looks vicious as hell with those eyes. Ishida continues to do impressive work on capturing the horrifying display. Kaneki gets wrecked badly in this part, but that biting scene shows how much energy he has left in the tank. Damn, that moment is seriously crazy. I cannot believe that moment really happened. It just looks so phenomenal. Only badass can obtain that ability. The action does go to a halt by the end, only for Kaneki to deliver a really nice speech that perfectly describes his development. The standing pose in one panel oozes a sheer willpower, something he lacked a long time ago. It's funny since it is something you will hear many times in other series. However, it's because of his background that elevated his words into a powerful one. I like the fact he acknowledges all of his faults and how he has been nothing but a toy for Furuta, which is sadly true. I recall Kaneki to be overly confident, hence his loss against Suzuya off panel. So this is a great step out. Admitting faults can make you a better fighter. His will to fight is genuine, rather than coming off just saying it. I also recall him believing that despite wanting to bring peace, he didn't really mean it. Like he has no intention to make it happen. This time, he really wants to do what he said because he has a sense of purpose. He wants to defeat Furuta and protect everyone, human and ghoul. No more being told by others. This is all him. It's wonderful to see him come this far. It's a simple purpose, but the weight behind it made it a heavy one. The double page at the end is great. Nothing but incredibly hype for the next. Kaneki is in that form, assuming his new Kagaja, when he saved Uri and Saiko from the monsters. It's like an angel or butterfly, however you like to see him as. I like to think the latter because it does stick to the whole bug-centric, as well as a good follow-up from Centipede. I know they're different, but you get my point. All that matters is he's about to go all out, and the end for Furuta is near. The artwork is great, the choreograph is very solid, and capture point of his impact is at a high point. The expression of the two delivers the intensity and the magnitude of the damage they receive. The pacing is fluid, with each moment is captivating with mixed combat with new tricks. As said before, the display of their Kagane at its best form looked great. This was a hell of a chapter. There were interesting moments such as displaying Furuta's backstory and Kaneki's newly formed character after a mount of developments. The action was top-notch with great visual. There were plenty of picture-perfect moments that I would love to see it colored. It's all around enticing, and the cliffhanger promises for more intensity that is likely to be the end. It's going to be a carnage. And that will do it for the review. I hope you enjoyed this one. No joke, I was actually playing Metal Gear Rising Last Boss theme song. If you haven't heard it, you could try to search it on YouTube, it's there. It's actually a pretty captivating song, and yeah, like I said, this fight reminds me of a boss battle in a video game. How appropriate of me to play that song. Though I think I should play Unravel for the next one, cause I got a feeling it's even gonna be crazier. What do you think of the chapter? Share your thoughts in the comment section. If you like this and want more of this, subscribe to my channel and my world will be yours to stay. Until next time, take care.